And
Yeah,
it
sure.
takes some time for people to get in. I should get a new like starting Zoom screen. So the stack up one, but I'm like, I can't use the stack up one for streams like this. Otherwise, it's like it's not charity. Not you know.
Don't worry, guys. We're running a charity here. Look, Sure.
Raid brought to you by Raid Shadow
we-
Legends.
we're making fun of dumbasses. We're running a charity, basically.
I mean, then again, I've said like retard and all that on my streams while I was streaming for charity.
That's I'm not sure that's the wisest thing you've ever done.
I mean, to be fair, like during the first day, like people did hear me say it, and then we ended up getting like $250 raised for it. So it was like, hey.
Oh,
But then again,
you made that a
people know what I do now, so
you made that a dono. Oh, damn.
no, it's not a dono. Like I raised like $250 despite what
Oh,
I do.
okay.
I mean, then again, I what was it like last year I raised like yeah, it was last year that I raised like $1,000 for another charity
Hmm.
while playing War Thunder of all things.
I mean, War Thunder.
No, yeah, yeah, my favorite.
Sending you some documents right now.
Yes, the illegal documents.
Mhm.
I mean, very illegal.
I mean, last time it was oh, hang on. I
The
forgot.
Eurofighter was the recent one.
Yeah, no, it's just that last time there was like a big 100 page document that was shared to like a Minecraft server that was called Fug Shaker Central.
Yes. Oh
That was
my
a pretty
god.
funny.
Oh my god. I remember that. It was just it was golden.
Because recently the guy that did it, I think he went on trial or something. So I reposted that very funny video I found back in the day. Very funny meme about that. Actually, maybe I have that right now. I think it's you can show it to the stream too. It's TOS friendly. Hang on.
Yeah. I was just saying to everyone like, "Yep, we're live
Yep,
right
we're
now.
live.
Yeah, we're live." I'd be surprised if like some of the main like drama tubers are like I know like Armchair fucking liked it too because I don't know who follows you or who likes your stuff. I'm just like, oh no, please,
Oh,
I'm
people.
not. I am not. Everyone knows I am no way professional. Considering I don't know,
No,
like
it's good. It's good. You need a balance. It's all
six.
about balance.
61,000 posts. I should be classified as a VTweeter, but yet I actually do make content.
Yeah, you haven't streamed in a while, haven't you? If I remember.
Uh, it I stream here and there. It's just my weird schedule. Like I have the weekend off, but then next weekend
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it off.
Yeah, you don't get to have a regular schedule, which does hurt.
It hurts, but at the same time, I'm like I don't take content creation seriously enough like some
Mm,
people. Like sure, I get the
I
occasional
do.
$50 from Twitch or occasional $10 from Kick.
I do. I take it seriously.
Well, I mean you have the schedule to take it seriously. I don't.
Not really. I don't. I don't yet. Maybe next year, but right now it's complicated.
That was long.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that one. That's a very funny one.
Let's open up my Sprite.
Yeah, I think you can. I think it's still as friendly. Oh, maybe not the song. Oh, I think about it.
Yeah, like a whole
It's
2 liter of Sprite just right next to me along with vodka. So
oh damn. This is one of those stream.
of all the documents I've read, granted, I've turned my brain off after like the fifth one because it was
Well,
all just rinse and repeat of like
it's
experiences. But
it's
basically,
both a good and a bad thing. It's good because in a sense, like everyone clearly had the same experience and is on the same
hmm
page. So like it's pretty much cooked.
oh yeah,
Like
like
everyone is in accordance with one another. So clearly, like that was really happening. I don't think you can even talk about allegation at this point because I counted and it was like 25, 26, and some people that weren't even related to the company, like outsiders. And I'm like, okay, like, is this even can I even say allegation? I don't think so. I think like it's done. Like, yeah, you done did it.
Yeah, like funny how comes into the chat and just immediately
It
redeems the
does.
drink redeem as I make a Sprite and vodka.
You know, they did it. Well, I said already did it.
Oh, I already did. But yeah, it is good that most of them are on the same page, and it was pretty consistent. And
Mm,
some of them not good documentation, but at the same time, it's like what they
yeah.
could get at the time.
Some had like just a couple of paragraph, and some other had like a bunch of screenshot, and it was like in chapter and stuff. I really liked the one that did in chapter stuff. It made it reading it so much easier.
And considering some of
It's
them
it's
had
underrated.
last minute info as well, like the
Mm.
I
Well,
can't
for
really
last
name
minute,
names, but like the ones that were basically being shit talked behind their back
mm,
by the main guy.
yeah.
It was like
For last
yeah, it
minute
was like the
info,
last minute thing that they had to slap it
yeah,
together.
just a screenshot and a Twitter statement is enough. I feel like you don't need a full doc.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I'm not expecting like something like Torikaru or fucking
Mm,
Tigaholics. Well, granted,
hmm
that was a botched one.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw, but I did include that of Surge VT, which he just did a Twitter post, and I feel like that was enough to like get the point across.
hmm it was definitely enough to drive it in. I, had to, I don't know where my feet. I had to go back. But yeah, it honestly, all the people did themselves justice against this guy,
Yeah.
considering he right like he had the apology out. Granted, it sounded good, but people did call it out like now.
I it it
No.
sounded good, but here's the thing. Currently, like I don't know when are we? I guess we could start right now. But like one of the things that were in the allegation is that he's a pathological liar. So granted, it's a decent apology, but you know, he's a pathological liar. So yeah,
hmm
can we really trust that at this point?
Yeah, because yeah,
That's
I've
the
been in those
issue.
situations of
Once you've been caught in so many lies, like what's the truth?
mhm, what is the truth? Give me apologies don't pay bills. Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah, certainly don't.
Because yeah, like while apology is good, at the same time, what's there was like the third apology. I was like, what can you do better to fix this?
The one we're gonna talk about is like the first one, but I think he made like two other one. He made like another personal one before deleting his Twitter, and then there was a third one that was like a company one.
Yeah, there's the personal and then the basically the professional side.
Yeah, I guess we can just start now.
hmm
So Virtue X, how to screw up everything from top to bottom. So just before we get kind of like started, I put like a note of intent, and because like honestly, I can never do the topic justice. So just read the documents some of the people have put out. You'll find everything you need in them, and they're the best one to talk about it.
hmm
And we're not. I don't want just to drama farm because that's cringe. Uh, can we like learn something from this or get something positive out of this? Because honestly, it's pretty bad
hmm
and sad, but let's at least make something out of it. I think there was like 25 or 26 statement in total that have been made.
it's still counting, and it's why like after the fifth one, I'm just like, this is their
Yeah,
situation at this point.
yeah.
Even I can't with all my stupor of like reading documents.
Mhm.
It was just okay. You
Yeah,
fucked up that badly. Like like
yeah,
like even the numbers I've seen for like the YouTuber side of things don't even compare.
yeah. We've had big sex pest expose with like five document, and there we have like 26 statement. I've been told even that there's a couple of other one that might be published too.
Jesus.
So yeah, we might get to the 30 maybe. Who knows?
Might get to the 30 mark. I mean, who knows if we get like merchants or whatever there.
Yeah,
Not to say that artists aren't merchants, but I'm talking like,
yeah.
being in touch with
But
whomever.
if people just want a summary, VTuber News Drop did a pretty good article on it
Hmm.
called Virtue XVE Under Fire as CEO Abuse Mishandle Talents Staff. So he just put a couple of the statements and documents and just summed up the situation pretty well. So go check it out if you want like the real basic TLDR. There was like a lot of people involved in this. Like some of the name I saw that were curious was like VixCV, Ink Moon Arts, Surge
Hmm.
VT,
Hmm.
Lorelei Locke, which why? It-
Like some people you wouldn't expect to be involved or
yeah,
are involved, and it's not like someone like who I'm just gonna call out blatantly, Akuma Miko, who is like somehow involved in
yeah.
it. These ones are just like, wait, you were involved in this? Like,
Their degree of involvement depends, of course.
hmm.
Like for those who don't know, Lorelei Locke was part of Project F, which was another mess of a company that never got anywhere and that created a bunch of issues. So yeah, so she knows how that happens. And I think she was just like giving advice to the CEO and stuff, and he like smack talked her or something.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah, it was just basically like superiority complex got in the way of the talks.
Yeah. And Serge VT, like he was, I think I have the screenshot later, so let's just keep going.
Yeah.
In case anyone wants like the best kind of Google Doc that I read, which kind of have all of the other one in them. Well, not all 20s, but there's like a dozen that have been centralized in one document. It's Vixie VT,
Hmm.
who put out one called Vixie's Experience with Virtue XV, and she had a lot of screenshots and a lot of information, and she linked inside her Google Doc the Google Doc of some of the other people involved. So if you're really looking for one to look at, it's probably this one.
Yeah, that was like the main one that I did write just because of
Yeah.
the length of it, and it's all well put together.
But if you want, you can put on screen. I think I sent you a PDF now
Oh yeah, I guess I probably
with everything.
somewhere.
I can resend it to you if you've lost it.
Oh no, I have it on my phone and whatnot. I'll be able to. I mean,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
literally just a couple of scrolls up. Jeez, what I do? I'll bring that up on screen.
Yep. Scuff. We love scuff.
Hey, you can't spell VTuber without scuff, am I right? Hey,
Nope. Part of the experience.
bullshit. I'm doing it. Hit screen. Honestly, let me get this game. Fuck out of here! No ADHD brain for you.
Don't you have games on your phone?
Weird.
You don't know that meme?
I know. I'm just.
Y'all got games on your
I
phone?
don't you all have phones?
Yeah.
Uh,
Thanks, Blizzard.
where'd I go?
Aha.
Put that up there, and I can just move you. It all fits together.
Yeah, magic.
Magic. Currently, we are.
We are after the Vixie.
Yes.
That's the news drop. There you have Vixie. That's the one you wanna go look for. And uh, manager, artist, trigger, talent, and content creator outside of the company have also come out talking about this. But there are a lot of I put allegation there because benefit of the doubt, but honestly, there's just so much documentation about all of this that I don't think it's even fair calling those allegations at this point just happened. You know,
At,
they're just facts.
at this point too, I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, that even Canadian, was it Canadian law that was
Yeah.
getting involved?
Well, it's because he faked business number on his contract, but we'll get back to that later.
Yeah, it is mentioned way later.
So,
But yeah,
we have basically manipulative behavior, illegal fraudulent activities, lack of proper communication, pathological lying, and a bunch of failed
yep.
promises.
This is the big one to me, the failed promises.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, these are big too, but I can't really,
Keep in mind,
I can't really say for the artist because they have their documentation basically
yeah, I only
of.
highlighted like the main points because there's a bunch of stuff all around it, but those are really like the big main one.
Mhm. Yeah.
Legal threat as well. Like he said, oh, if you don't do that, I'm gonna sue you or something. Which is
Mhm.
okay.
Legal threats.
Surely that creates a very positive environment to threatening people to sue.
Yeah, knowing how the CCP works, considering of something that I'm going through, uh, unrelated, it is a pain in the ass for legal shit. So whenever I hear someone's like
Hmm.
actually threatened legal, I'm like, well, I got my receipts. I hope you got yours.
Yeah, it's not that easy, especially when it's word against word. The one who's gonna have the most proof is gonna win. And unfortunately, there's a lot of proof in this situation.
Hmm.
And is it even a situation? I'd say it's a bunch of illegal, fraudulent bullcrap.
Yeah, it is, especially the emotional gaslighting portions of it.
Yeah, I
Not,
was a
not to
bit.
call people soft too,
Mm,
because it's you get threatened with it, and you're just like, well, where do I go now?
I mean, it put them in a situation of weakness and dependency because of some went kind of into debt because he didn't reimburse the debut and stuff.
Hmm.
So no, he put them in a precarious situation where they would be dependent on him.
Yep. It kind of reminds me of a little bit of like Mama Akko's thing a bit ago.
Yeah, with
For
the manager. Yeah,
yeah, the first manager of like having that
because
dependency, the emotional gaslighting.
if I remember, Oko had to live at the manager's place, and that's why it got a bit ugly.
Hmm. Yeah, it got a bit ugly. Not to say that there was stuff like that involving this current Vertex thing. I'd have to read through.
No, actually, there's something about it because the roommate also made a Google Doc because he was named like COO, like without his approval or something, or their approval. I'm not sure what the gender are. But no, there's even roommate stuff involved. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, and with the illegal fraudulent activities like unpaid artists, staff and talent, paid reimbursements. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
say straight up, if you're starting a company, you do not want to hire so many artists and like
no.
staff and talent
I
that
mean, you do want to hire staff, but yeah,
the amount of numbers, like
yeah,
if I was to pay like each like putting out the amount of people so far, like 26 people, not including like staff. $100 is $2,600. You got to do that per month. It's like, geez, that's like like two and a half or one and a half of my paychecks
yeah, that's a lot of money. There was also like a
just
manga
doing
that was
the
being
simple math.
written. There was like the debuts that didn't get reimbursed. There was a bunch of tech stuff. There's just
Even
so
just
much, man.
contacting artists just to be like,
Yeah,
hey, I'm thinking about hiring you, and it's like months later, and they just cancel on the person because it's like,
yeah,
I'm saving this slot for you because you're this company. What's going on here?
yeah. That's they basically lost some time and money because they could have given the spot to someone else,
Hmm.
and that's of course not reimbursable like technically unless you do like lawsuit. But then depending on a bunch of factors, it may or may not be worth it. So you're kind of screwed.
Hmm.
I was a bit worried at first when I saw slander and defamation because people tend to throw that around like a bit carelessly.
Hmm.
But in generally a lot of what could be defined as talking smack is called slander and defamation, which it's not. But here I have one of the quote where he said about one of the artists he didn't end up paying, that he scammed and ghosted his clients, which that's slander and defamation because you're
Hmm.
just making stuff up that basically isn't true. And that's the difference between like talking smack and slander and defamation. It's basically a lie that's provable and that's aimed to damage someone's reputation in a sense.
Yeah,
Which is
like
why,
saying someone just traces
yeah,
art or saying that they use AI art for
yeah.
their thing.
And
It's like,
unfortunately, the burden of proof tend to be on the person that's accused. So it's pretty easy to just throw slander and defamation around
hmm,
for any kind of person that, like, let's say there's someone that we know is tracing, but then he can say, "Oh no, I'm not tracing. You're slandering me." Then it gets complicated
hmm.
because you need to have a form of proof to make it so it's not slander or defamation.
Yeah, it's like it could just be like persons just tracing art to practice art versus tracing art to sell art.
And then you can just say, "Oh, I don't like this person. I think they're cringe." And so, then some people say, "Oh, you're slandering me." That's talking smack. Come on. There's a difference with that. Basically, the difference between like talking smack and slander is that talking smack would be a personal or a moral judgment, or you're judging on something that's like true and provable and verifiable. And slander and defamation is like making stuff up to harm someone's reputation toward other people. It's not just you screaming into the void. You're directly talking to someone and saying, "Oh, don't work with them. They did this stuff." And well, if you're lying, then yeah, it's
Hmm.
slander.
Yeah, banter is banter, slander is slander.
Yeah.
Banter has some hint of respect behind it. Slander is meant to disrespect.
Well, I mean, some smack is meant to disrespect. It's more that it's
it,
a fine line. It's a fine line.
it's a fine line. It's the difference between calling my buddies,
I think
like, look at this motherfucker right here,
yeah,
versus
I
look at
think
this
the
motherfucker.
the biggest difference is intent is or intention rather. It's why are you doing this? Are you doing this just because you want them to like go broke, or because you care about the topic? That's the difference.
Hmm.
Do you care?
Yeah,
If you don't, yeah.
and it's
And
like
what Surge,
like a yeah with Surge, it's a example.
there, that's defamation because he basically said that Ray told people that he was making people pay to have a collab with him, which is like $400 or $1,500, and there that is pretty slanderous. I mean, I have seen and heard of stories about people making other people pay to get a collab, but 400, one, I mean,
He said,
1,500.
yeah, 1,500 USD. Like, bruh. It kind of made me laugh whenever the first version of that, like a little off topic, but also related to like
Yeah,
paying for collabs. Like when someone made that for as a joke to get more attention, I was like, it was hilarious for the backlash.
yeah, it's very funny because Surge got uh, kind of canceled basically because of being not the nicest of person,
Hmm.
and it's actually being lied on. Like, come on,
Hmm.
are you really lying about this guy? Ah,
Hmm.
just a shame. And to really prove the point that he's a chronicle liar, in the in the document that like Vixie made, there's a screenshot at the end, which is very interesting. Because allegedly Ray said that, "Oh, I don't have access to my PC," and then he was playing Marvel Rivals.
For 2.7 hours, or
Yeah,
no, wait, no, 5.6 hours the past 2 weeks.
yeah. So he's been online clearly the past 2 weeks, because like on the screenshot it say, "Oh yeah, I've been away between like the 11th of past month and 12th of this month." which was like 2 days ago, and then yeah, 5.6 hour in the past 2 week. You had access to in the internet. Come on.
Like if you're going to like be on Steam for whatever reason, just have a separate
I mean, uh, you had your talent on Steam, and then you're gonna say you're not here, and then you're gonna play Marvel Rivals. You're
account.
not the brightest.
I bet
I'm
she was
sorry,
probably
my
playing
guy.
Marvel Rivals with some of the other talents probably at that time.
No, 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 no. He said no. Oh, he ghosted everyone. He was like, oh, I'm not there.
Oh, he
I'm,
goes. Oh,
I'm not.
okay.
I don't have access to my PC, and that's the excuse that was given to why he was ghosting everyone and not answering his DM because
And checked himself into
everyone
a psychiatric facility.
was panicking, and then oh wait, actually he was playing Marvel Rivals the whole time.
Oh yeah, that's your psychiatric facility. Play the game that makes you must relax.
Uh, yeah,
uh, but yeah,
we're laughing, but it's pretty sad. We're just
it
coping.
is like that disappointed sadness where you're just like, why?
Yeah,
I am so disappointed in you that it is a joke of how you
like
did this.
for someone who's supposed to be this evil mastermind running a scam, you're pretty dumb. Come on.
And I thought I was an asshole.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I work hard for my title, man.
okay, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to give like a bit of a sum up. Of course, like I'm not like a lawyer or anything. It's just that I'm a pretty curious guy, and I was a bit concerned when I saw some of the people talking about illegal contract and business. The thing is, two people, at least in most country, two people can make a contract with one another and not be in a company. And any financial transaction you make is technically a contract. Like if you go on Etsy to buy shoes, uh, you expect the guy selling you the shoes that the product is as advertised, and like the guy that is buying the shoes is that is selling the shoes is expecting that you don't give him fake money, basically. So
Mhm,
technically any financial transaction you make is a contract. And if like I wanna sell my car to, like, I don't know, Zanviti Jr., and I'm like, oh son, I sell you the car, but you can give me the money in 2 weeks. Then we write that on paper. Technically we're making a contract.
mhm.
And it's better actually if you're making that kind of transaction with friends and even families on something expensive, that you actually write it out. Because
Mhm.
the issue with making like oral contract is that, well, he said, she said, and then you get nowhere.
Yeah, it's like what, like where's my money? Where's my money, Zan?
Yeah, where's my money?
It was an
And
IOU.
there's also the fact that they call it an illegal company. Well, technically, you don't have to be a company to make contracts with people, and that's actually like a part of like the entrepreneurship spirit that's kind of more prevalent in like us in the West.
Hmm.
Is that technically anyone can make their company and not register it. At least in my country, like you can operate like a company and not register it yet, as long as it doesn't earn above a certain amount of money. Then they will ask you, oh yeah, you've earned this X amount of money. Now you need to actually make a company and register it.
Yeah, you have to make an LLC and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's like the
So
difference between a VTuber corpo and a VTuber
mm,
group.
yeah. And so technically, you don't have to, start registering the company to start doing business stuff. When there's a kid with his lemonade stand in like the street, they don't ask him, "Oh, have you made an LLC?" Unless you're like an HOA or Karen.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, those stories of that shit.
yeah, as long as you don't earn a certain amount of money, at least in my country, you don't have to immediately create a company, it's actually important because like otherwise how many companies wouldn't even start out, because you need to make sure that you can actually make a living out of this first.
Yeah, yeah, it's like versus like starting up a company, making a lot of promises, but then actually not following through said
Yeah,
promises.
the the,
Just
the
like
issue
just like
yeah
Ray.
the issue is not that the company is illegal. It's just that he made promises he couldn't keep. That's the issue. And also technically he did some illegal stuff, but like in the contract, because in the contract there's like a company number that like says is registered to basically like Canada. You know, like when you make a company, you have a company number that you need to put on like all your legal document, and he
Hmm.
faked that. He
And then we'll get to
according
that
to some
later.
of the documents, yeah, he faked that. So that's when it gets more sus.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, I
arms are
find it
legally.
funny because I was like, wait, I mean, I'm kind of similar to this guy. Like, we both don't have a registered company yet,
Mhm.
and both young, ambitious man. We have VTuber, we have strong opinions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I get him. But then what's the difference? Because I mean, clearly, I don't have like 26 Google Docs about me being an asshole to everyone. So like, what's the
Yeah,
difference?
yeah, because like for like, let me look at your like Twitter profile here, just so people get an
Mm-hmm.
idea of who you are. Then VTuber PR, marketing, and more. Like you have some knowledge, but behind like public
Yeah.
relations, marketing, branding, internal communications, or like at least some understanding of it.
Yeah, I
More
can't
so than
speak
mine.
about Ray. I don't know his experience. Like I think like some of the big difference between the two of us would be like intention, ethics, care, actually caring, passion, and honesty. Because
Hmm.
um, when I have already worked with a couple of people, and when I work with them, I tell them like straight from the go that like currently this is still a side gig for me because
Hmm.
my company is not registered, and I'm basically doing that like out of like my bedroom. That's how all small company starts, I guess you could say. And like, I'm just honest, like this is not a registered company. Like in the contract, you're basically just dealing with me. This is me and you. The company is a bit of a fancy exterior for now because I haven't finished registering it because I'm a full-time student and like that would be like not very wise, like
Hmm.
financial wise to like start a company right now. But I want to use my free time to, get the thing going.
Hmm.
And I can do that because the laws allow me to as long as I don't make too much money.
Yeah, within like the fiscal year or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And
And
there's
honestly,
also like
you're honest about that.
yeah, yeah. I'm not putting a fake company number and like, oh no, I totally have a real company. Look, I have the numbers, the
Yeah, like
numbers.
yeah, it's like versus like you versus a bank or a tourism office or a
Yeah.
medical sales professional.
No, it's because that's actually the experience I have. Funnily
Hmm.
enough,
Hmm.
I've worked in banking, in medical sales, and I've done some tourism work. I
Really?
like have, yeah,
Really?
I have like more than 2 year experience currently
Nice.
in what I do. So yeah, I can't speak for Ray, but like this is why people can trust me. I'm like when you have like not a quote unquote not a real company, uh, basically when you are trying to get people on board, whether it is hiring talent or having people hire you, uh, you're the only thing you kind of have is like your word and like your experience, your decorum, your receipts basically.
Hmm.
And like the problem is that for hiring the talent, the issue is that I don't know if you had experience or anything in the field. I mean, it's been a content creator for a while, I think,
Yeah,
but like
I've been around for like, when did I first
people
actually start
wouldn't
streaming?
join his company if he basically looked like he wasn't trustworthy.
Hmm.
And he definitely thought he wasn't trustworthy because he had to fake being a company to get to convince people to join.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
and
he talk a lot of smack, but the kind of thing that like I saw the difference between him and I because I do talk a lot of smack. I think you know that very well.
you and I have our run-ins with some VTubers here and there.
Yeah, and I mean even some big corpo like I've criticized Vishojo quite a number of time, like
Bishojo,
where
Nijisanji,
yeah,
Hololive. I mean,
yeah,
you and I are in the basically same server too.
yeah. But here's the thing. The question is like, why was he talking smack? And I kind of have the feeling that he was doing that out of insecurity, because when I read the document, I was like, wait, you're saying other people are scammer and they can't be trusted? That sounds like a lot like of projection. That's
Hmm.
that's curious. You're projecting a lot right now, my dude.
And I get that people get envy, but this was like obviously the wrong way about it
Mm,
because like it would be potential business partners.
yeah.
Granted, it's a
It's
dream to
also
basically partner with like say V Shoujo, Hololive,
again, it's
maybe some of the
intention.
others.
Why are you doing the criticism? I'm criticizing people because I know we can do better, because I care, because I want VTubing to be cool. I want it to be the greatest.
Hmm.
I love VTubing. I fucking love this shit.
We love VTubers. Believe me, please.
Yes, please, I love VTuber.
Yeah, yeah.
I know how great it can be. Like it gives people that would never be entertainers job, like people that are wheelchair bound and stuff. They can actually like dance and like have fun and like be entertaining. Like that's some of the greatest stuff I have ever seen. Like there's no in other industry like this. Like VTubing is amazing.
It is a jack of all trades industry,
Yeah.
I will say.
So
Well,
I want it to be better. That's why I'm critical. That's why I talk smack sometimes because I know we can do better. I want
mhm.
it to be better. I want it to be
I did.
respectable.
I definitely am in the same boat because, like, you and I have had our share of like reading people's documents,
Hmm.
or even being around the space enough that it is just
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah, there's a lot of high school
At least
drama
on
that
the
are very
at least on the
yeah.
indie side.
I mean, even on the corpus side, I mean, sometimes it's childish at times.
I will say, yeah, the corporal side does have its cracks of where that uh
I've heard stories of people like not wanting to collab because one said the other, I think it was like dress looked ugly or something. It can get childish at time over there. Don't worry.
yeah, or it's like the vibe didn't fit or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's all petty stuff that even I just kind of look at like, why?
yeah.
Just
You,
why?
you, you're in the same companies. You're professionals. Come on.
Hmm.
Sometimes you work
And
with
I
people
get,
you don't like.
yeah, it's like current workplaces. Sometimes you click with people. Granted, there's clicks in almost every
Mm,
workplace that you get to. Like, say you work at a fast food place. Everyone else knows each other by name. They offer each other rides, and you're just sitting there like, hi.
yeah,
And no one
and
gives you the
you
time
know
of day until you break into that circle.
it's a bit of a bad word click, but like it's not inherently a bad thing. It's only a bad thing if you use it to exclude other people.
Hmm.
'Cause, like, of
And
course, some people are gonna connect with each other easier. That's human. That's normal.
it is human. It actually took me like a good year at my workplace to actually start getting used to talking to my coworkers.
Yeah,
But that's because it's human. They know who they're working with,
yeah.
and me, I'm just some random guy that just rolled up and just another face.
And some people, never get together, but that doesn't mean they can't work in the
Hmm.
same company and be, just do stuff. It's a bit of an issue because with streaming, being friend makes it easier to create entertainment. So, obviously it doesn't encourage people who don't like each other to collab, especially when it comes to like corpo stuff. That's why it's better to have like big gen wide event or stuff like that. Because if some people don't like one another, well, they could just play more around the people they actually like.
Yep, it's better to have have synergy than having chaos.
Yeah.
Granted,
I mean,
there's some things out there that do like work good with chaos, but
yeah.
at the same time, you don't want chaos all the time.
Yeah. A crap game collab is pretty good for chaos.
Yep, grab game because everyone is just no holds barred. Everyone can talk
Yep.
shit.
Yep.
But like, say you're playing Helldivers 2, you want at least a
Mm.
smoothest experience. You can have the chaos, like someone drops a stratagem right on the enemy team, right on everyone standing there because he got pushed over. But at the same time, you don't want that to happen all the time.
Mm.
Or like a
Oh
League
no,
of Legends collab, which why?
yeah. Oh, I mean, league. You better be friend with people if you're gonna do a league collab. Imagine doing a league collab with someone you don't like. Oh,
Imagine doing a League collab with someone who's just getting into League while you're like a Grandmaster or whatever the highest rank is.
it's Grandmaster. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen any VTuber be Grandmaster in league. I can't wait for that to get clipped out, and then somebody's gonna like, "But I'm a big Grandmaster."
Oh my god, the amount. Go on.
That'd
It's
be
gonna be
funny. Yeah, I guess we can just look at like Ray's apology now. That was like generally, I like to say that when I look at like people who are apologizing and stuff, generally the first one is the most telling, because all those are after that are, they're kind of like padding the damage in a sense.
Hmm.
Because what I thought was interesting is that like in the first paragraph, he talks about how he wanted to wait with the contractors and stuff, but we know he doesn't pay them. So what was he paying for?
Yep.
What was he waiting for? Well, he could just say, "I was waiting. I wanted to make sure I get it right." Why are you lying again? You could just say, "I wanted to make sure my words
Yeah, like
were written correctly." Why
looking
are we
at
lying
this,
again?
looking at this as a person who knows nothing about the situation,
Mm.
and I've seen some of the comments saying, like, "Hey, this is a good apology," or like the basically pats on the back, like, "Oh, you did good, you did what you could,"
I-
because like,
If you actually read that, just read it, yeah, sure. But like once you start thinking, then it looks bad.
hmm yeah,
Because
like,
like when he says my intention uh, starting this agency were good, I had granted out a lower budget than what was giving to them, and he talks about how he financed everything out of pocket. Like you're the CEO, that's expected of you. That's why most people don't start companies because the initial costs of investment is pretty high.
yeah, and this line right here, like it's kind of like in the middle here. I'll have like my cursor around the area. This
Yeah.
became overwhelming for me and impacted the agency's plans and, more importantly, the talents. There was no clear chain of command. I had not established myself as a strong leader, and I tried to please everyone, leading me to failing.
Yeah, and you know what? What you know what's the worst? That's kind of like, well, that's on you, skill issue.
It is.
Like,
It's a skill issue.
a corporation is organized. Like, you have a strong chain of command in any corporation. That's how it's supposed to be. You had to establish that before starting the corporation.
You can't
So,
just
so
like present yourself as like just the face. This is the person that greets you at the door.
mm,
It's like like with the higher ups at my job. Like sometimes I barely see them, but they put out the announcements, they put out what needs to happen, or even like some of the mistakes that
mm,
happen. And it's like, okay, I know what I need to do to make things run smoothly due to your leadership. But
mm.
I will criticize that leadership if things aren't run smoothly. As
It's I had not established myself as a strong leader. He shouldn't have had to establish himself. He should have been the leader straight up. Like,
again, skill issue on his
yeah,
part.
again, skill issue. I
If
think the part
if you can't like start a company and basically have to establish your leadership, like basically like you're still like just pounded nails.
yeah, you're fumbling around.
People are just gonna not take you seriously.
Yeah. And it's the part after that's even more jarring, and that's more like a professional criticism. My health took a massive turn for the worse. My funds were draining, and unfortunately, I had no one to help take over and manage things while I recovered. th- if you had like a co-owner or established like a chain of command, you would have had someone to take over. And
Hmm.
if you are having issues, you let someone take over,
Someone that's
You
as passionate as the project as you are.
yeah.
It's
You know what
it's why like higher ups for like companies have multiple
it
people. Like,
yeah.
granted, we look at Yagu as the leader of
Yeah, but
Hololive, but there's the
he's got three
managers.
people around him
Yeah, he's got three other people around him to help.
that that can take over if he ever gets sick or anything.
Yeah, like unfortunate events
Yeah, in case of unfortunate events.
because yeah, the world ain't perfect.
Because in normal companies, if the owner is sick, guess what? The son or the co-owner takes over. It's like normal, and everything keeps running smoothly.
Hmm.
The company should have never stopped working, even if you're sick. As a CEO, it's not even basic. It's decency.
And because of this, I couldn't keep up with my commitments to talents regarding their assets and fell massively behind. Instead of communicating this to talents, I continued trying to meet expectations and falling short.
You know,
I
you
would
could have communicated even if you
it,
fell short.
yeah, if I was sick and it's just like, hey guys, sorry for the delay, I got into a fucking car crash, or having someone relay to them like, hey, you're my emergency contact if anything happens to me, or even just like unfortunate happenings with the family or like IRL stuff. Communication is fucking key
Mm,
when it comes to business.
mm. I especially like the part where you say, "Oh, I'm gonna let them keep the IP. They paid for it. It's theirs. You don't own anything. You
Oh,
didn't
wait,
reimburse them."
was that in the second portion?
Yeah, that's the second paragraph where he's like,
Uh,
"Oh yeah, no, they're gonna keep their IP, guys. Well, you didn't pay for jack shit."
yeah, because most of these people that went into this company were basically like VTuber groups. They were doctored,
Yeah,
not doctored in, but they were adopted.
yeah,
Is that the right word for this?
yeah. Sure, sure. You
Adopted
can
in?
say that.
Yeah, or just joined with their IP. It's like me just joining them,
No,
and I just
I,
retained
I I
my
think some
face.
people started under the company. I remember like a couple of people starting and like some other wanting to get assets and stuff. And like
Hmm.
so they had to pay for with it with their money with the promises that they would be reimbursed, that like the CEO would give the money back because it's part of like the initial cost to entry for the company.
Yeah, and he truly wishes he could have met up to standards. I told management and careers working with us this, but I never started this company to make money.
We'll get back to that after. We'll get back to that after.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get back to it. I created to help smaller creators achieve their dreams and hopefully break even for thousands of dollars I poured into it. The time I spent trying to make it work, I regrettably fell short on this. While some statements from past talents may not be whole in accuracy due to the circumstances of their termination, I do hope you could support the talents, partners, staff, and artists that worked with us. Well, I sure hope the artists, and talents, and whatnot
I
get,
sure hope.
get support.
It really feels woe is me at time.
Additionally, I'll be stepping away from public platforms to work on myself, educate myself, and I really wish my desk was empty right now. I almost slammed my head into my coffee cup.
Yeah, you know, uh, don't you love that word? Educate yourself. Don't
You
we
mean to
love that
tell me
quote?
this motherfucker decided to go in with this just head first, right into smack dab? Okay, what do I do?
Yeah. No plan. Where's the vision? Where's the passion?
Where's
Where's
the
the aggression?
intention? Where's the
Yeah.
care? Where's the honesty?
What did you want out of this? Seriously. No, educate yourself.
Yeah, educate my. This is
I
what
hate that one.
I hate. I hate it.
You know, sure.
Reading all of these documents, reading all these apologies, like just made me just hate the guy.
I mean, sure, in like the deepest vacuum, there's some decent stuff in there, I'll agree. But even when you have a sliver of the context, it looks so bad, especially when you know that he's a pathological liar. Like, how can we trust any of this? Does it truly feel sorry when he was talking so much smack?
When he was talking so much smack, not even paying attention to some of the talents that were there, because there was one that
Yeah,
was waiting to debut for a year.
yeah.
A year, Dan. I
And then,
get like waiting to debut talents for a year, like say like Hololive. Like recently
uh,
they had
yeah, but they
advents
get
and then,
training. They get
but
training in the
they
meantime.
get they get the training,
And
they
they get
get used
paid.
to the
Get
character.
what? They have a salary.
Yes, they get fuck. Yes, when you
They're
get into these
employee.
companies, you get paid while in training. So yeah, as long as you put
Yeah,
the passion and whatnot towards it. Otherwise, you
yeah.
just
And I think we can go next to the one quote that really triggered me, I guess you could say in a sense. It's, I never created this company to make money. That was the one that made me decide that okay,
I
I gotta
as soon
I
as I
gotta
read
look
that,
into
like
this.
here, I'll do my I'll just do my bit real quick. Just I really wish my model had like a desk slam.
You should.
Maybe when when I put like 2 grand into the model, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe I don't know. But
But
continue on with the money thing. It
what a quote. I never created this company to make money. When I saw that quote, I knew I needed to look into this deeper because like that's probably one of the dumbest thing I've seen like this past couple of months. Because like when I look at like the definition in Cambridge, right, of a company, what does it say? An organization that sells good or service in order to make money. A company exists to make money. That is the literal definition in the dictionary. Y- If you're not making a company to make money, you're running a charity, and a charity doesn't make VTubers. I mean, no, technically there is one. It's VFleet, but it's beside the point. And
they're a mixed case when it comes to that.
yeah, they're a mixed case. But like just saying, I made this company to not make money and then investing thousands of dollars, and I'm like, why? Why are you even making a company? I guess VFleet is different because they make the money to give back to charity and the museum. So they're still here to make money,
Uh,
but they're making money for a good cause. I guess.
eh, it, it's a mess. I'll
Oh,
have to.
I really like VFleet. I really like VFleet.
I love the talents. I love the talents to
Yeah, they're
death.
great.
I just hate the management.
Mm.
But we'll get onto that is like a different topic for another time.
Yeah, that's a different
It's
topic.
not personal grievances; it's actually experiences with the
Mm.
manager.
I see.
I can't really create like a Google Doc because it was so short lived when it
I mean,
launched.
don't. He was actually on mainstream, and that was pretty great.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw that. She
it's
visited
literally just
the
the
Hornet.
main guy that I have a problem with when it comes to.
Okay. Well, that's between you and him.
Yep, that is
Because
between.
VFleet, they're pretty cool. They're pretty chill.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I love
that's
the.
bes-
That's
that's
besides the
beside the
point.
point.
But yeah,
Because like
and you even
they're still
highlighted. Yeah.
making money. They're giving it back, sure, but they're still there to make money.
At least
'Cause the-
they're making money.
yeah, at least they're making money. At least I hope.
I mean, they're still debuting talents by
Yeah, of
like
course.
every 3 months. It seems like.
Yeah, there's been a couple of waves. Yeah, they've been ramping up.
Hmm. But
But
yeah,
that's like the dictionary definition. Like, what are you thinking?
an
It's there.
organization. Yep, a company is an entity made up of one or multiple individuals with the aim is to generate profit via the sale of a good, service, and expertise. Said profit will be redistributed among the individuals relate to the company in a virtuous circle of mutual benefit. Oh,
That's how I envision the perfect company, basically.
I mean, that should
Like
be
to
the
me,
textbook
that's
definition at that point.
yeah. To me, that's the definition of a company. It's a one person or multiple. They exist to make profit and to create a virtuous circle of people that work with them, people that are paid by them, people. The idea is we make stuff, everyone profits. That's basically the best case scenario for any companies.
In war, we profit.
That's different. And I was thinking like, then what do you need for a VTuber company? So I imagine, let's say we have 10 talents, which most companies starts with like four, five, three. That's
Putting V
that's the
Fleet
first
as an
step.
example,
Hmm?
they started with one. It was Hornet Chan, which was like the first VTuber that they had
Yeah,
until it
I guess
until they had to graduate.
it's really the Gen Zero. It's more of an experiment.
Hmm. Like Gen Zero with Hornet Chan was a success, but then they had to step away, and then you had CV, which was the second talent. So technically, like they actually both collab at
Hmm.
one point before Hornet Chan had to graduate.
To me, V Fleet really started with like four or five talents, like
Uh,
the
they
four first.
they started with two, and then it then increased to three and four
Yeah,
because you had Gigi and then uh Toa.
yeah, but that supports our point. You start small.
You start small, you grow it up to see if you can get the attention, get the support.
Yeah, and don't make promises on like how you're gonna pay for everything and stuff. start small with people who are passionate and who want to start something, and then if you start seeing success, then you can think of expanding and making lofty promises. Because I was thinking like, what kind of management you need in like a 10 talent company. So you probably need like at minimum 5 or 6 people.
Yep, because you need the CEO, the main person that's making the official
Yep.
Twitter, the face of the company, purpose and direction, manage money, manage emails. Maybe get, maybe not even just managing the official Twitter. Like, say you have talents that aren't doctored in, but like you actually have,
Mm-hmm.
um, like how V Fleet did it. They have actual models
Yeah.
built up and that talent behind it.
Yeah.
But then again, but so that extends to the 2 to 3 talent managers.
Yep.
Help with the day to day, help plan content, ideas, etc. Maybe get in contact with collabs. You like
Yeah.
help the
The
CEO get
handler.
the not like collabs as in like reaching out to like on the indie scene for VTubing,
Mm.
but like collabing with like a like a convention. Like getting a
Yeah.
spot that way you can present your talents there.
Yeah. If they have contact and stuff. And like honestly, I looked at like when I compare at like some of the manager I know, like what is the rate of like how many talent can one manager take? And I came up with basically like between 3 and 5, depending on the manager, on the size of the talent. That's like what I imagine is like the perfect number, that one manager can take.
We can look at
And
Hololive for this because we had
yeah, keep in mind, like for example, for a gen, you have like two managers at
mhm,
for a lot of companies. That's how it works. Don't each Hololive talent have their manager and they manage like no more than 2 people?
uh something like that.
It's like yeah, depending on the size, of course, because there isn't gonna be as much work managing someone with like I don't know, 10K on Twitter than someone who's like a million.
Hmm.
Like Shy Lily, Shy Lily has one manager for herself, and like that's it. He can only do Shy Lily
Hmm.
because there's just so much. There's just
Then
so much work.
you have the HR and the secretary to do an internal slash external communication, deal with salaries. There's the issues the manager can't do. So like say, the two bozos, the CEO and the talent manager can't pull their weight.
Yeah.
The
No,
second
the CEO got forcefully roped into this. Is a victim in all this.
I kind of go a bit beyond behind the philosophy of if the CEO has to get involved in something, you fucked up. And
Yeah, that's the idea.
then optionally
And
an editor slash thumbnail maker, someone who could just
yeah,
make something or make the
because
shorts.
those are pretty time consuming. So having one guy to do that gives you much more free time to your talents.
Hmm.
Because editing it's a lot of work, and thumbnail that's uh, it's just long for not much, but it's so necessary and important that yeah, you kind of
And
need one.
and you have a breakdown here, which I actually love this portion too, the company structure.
Yeah, that's actually from the Olo report of the end of 2022,
Hmm. Yeah,
early
like
to 2023.
yep,
Like they just show you like how many peoples are involved in this.
yep. Number of employees
Now,
per person
granted, you
537.
probably can take off the metaverse part because that's unique to what Hololive is expanding with Holo World and stuff.
Oh
Like that's
yeah,
still a lot of people. Agency management, talent management, corporate planning, administration.
event
Uh,
planning,
yeah,
agency, live events, because that's a thing.
yeah,
Not to
mm,
shit talk that it's not a thing, but like with how VTubing is going, it's they have live concerts now.
yeah. There is. Branding, developing new VTuber. There's also the people training the new VTuber. And there's all that. That it's so many people. Now, granted, Olo is the biggest example because they're like the biggest company, but that's still reflective of like how many people you need in the background for it to work.
Won't put Niji Sanji on that, considering how often they do it with the amount of
Yeah.
talents that they
Well,
do. But it's also hard
w-
to keep track of their events.
with the numbers I ran, and that's like the next part with like the number of employees, I estimated that there were maybe like 33%. ratio. Oh no, rather 60%. Basically, for each talent, there was 1.5 staff member, whereas for Holo, for each talent, there is like 3 staff member.
Hmm.
Because, you know, there it says 537, but that's also counting the artists and contractors. So you kind of have to screw that number a little. So, you know, they have like 100 plus talent, and I think they have like between 300 and 400 employees. So, you know,
Yeah,
that's just how many people you need in those big corporations to make it work.
and it's not just a part-time deal. It's a full-time deal. If
Yeah, you have to
like
pay
if
those.
you have to pay people, you have to figure out how you're going to get funds too. Figure out
I
how you're
read
going to
a
get funds for your company as well, not just you. Because yeah.
Granted, it's the biggest example, but yeah, and like originally, like Yagu had to invest a lot of his personal money, probably tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands.
Hmm.
Like Sakana said that Face Connect became only profitable earlier this year. He was
Yep,
still losing money for like almost 2 years.
and they powered through that shit.
And yep, why? Because he wants he wants his idol talent. He really wants them.
He wants his mental psych ward to succeed.
Yes.
But
So you know,
being a CEO, like
it's stressful.
it's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, imagine being into debt for like 2 years. Like how stressful that is.
Even just
We
the first year too, like just
Yeah,
trying to make things work.
of course we make fun of like oh evil CEO and all that, but like actually depend. Of course there's evil CEOs, but like eh, we still have to acknowledge that like it's pretty fucking stressful, and it takes a lot out of you. Not everyone is fit to be a CEO.
No one's fit to be a leader, or not everyone is.
Well, I
It's
think
like,
some people are more prone to it than other.
it depends. Sometimes you get thrown into it and you become a great leader. Sometimes you get thrown into it and you
Yeah,
become a bad leader.
yeah, sure.
But the, I guess you can kind of put like crisis management there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the big thing is that Ray lacked in was clear
That's
communication, purpose and
That's basically
direction.
everything Ray lacked.
Every
Ghosting people, leadership. Like, where are we going with this? Like, what is our direction? What is our purpose? Like, what's our game plan? Like, what makes our company different than the other? Financially responsible, of course, because you're going to be managing a lot of money. Decisiveness. You need to be able to sometimes make action in the moments, which he was visibly not good at since he would keep delaying stuff.
keep
And
delaying or
crisis
focus on
management.
other
Yeah,
talents, crisis management, aka just not just not handling the
no.
right portions and the financially responsible portion. Uh, yeah.
You're always gonna go into debt starting a big giant company, but so you have to take that. You have to predict that. You have to think it through. You have
Hmm.
to plan. You
Like
can't just go, "Oh, I'm gonna start a company."
yeah, it's like one of my plans was basically finding someone to basically be my mascot because I actually have a VTuber model for the mascot, but I
Hmm.
was thinking of getting a different one. I'm like,
Yeah.
who can I trust with that to become like a stream partner and not
Mm.
think that they would just go off and do their own thing.
Mm.
So it's like, what would be the purpose and direction of that? I don't know. I don't know yet. I mean, granted, I have Empraya as like one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse VTuber. I
Mm.
got him that thing. So how do I find the others?
Yeah.
And I actually ended up not going, not committing to it until I find someone that's dedicated to it.
You gotta pay them.
Yeah,
That's a lot
how
of
am I
money.
gonna pay them instead of just becoming like a VTuber group that where I just like adopt people and just be like, I got you a VTuber model, go do your thing.
Yeah. There's the reason why so many people do friend groups, quote unquote, instead of like real company, because like real company is actually a lot of investment and responsibility.
Hmm.
They want the benefit of the corporate structure, but not the responsibility that comes with it.
What was that quote that I said? I want the trophy, but not the work that comes with it.
Yeah, that's the idea.
As a CEO, you have a lot of responsibility towards your investors, your employees, your consumers, and the world at large. People's livelihood are
Yeah,
depend on your decisions. Like hiring artists. Sometimes people are,
yeah,
you know, like one commission probably feeds them for like the entire 2 weeks,
yeah.
depending where they
And
live.
some people went into debt to get those assets and models rigged.
Hmm.
So, if they end up homeless because you haven't reimbursed them, well, that's on you. Like, you
Yeah,
ruined those people's lives. Like, his behavior is basically reckless. It's like negligent.
it, and it does get expensive for talents. Like just finding a rigger and an artist, or finding that one that those like VTuber model artists that can do both. It's tough
Mm,
because some people like it if they do art and the rigging. They obviously they charge a lot because it's their time that they put into rigging and the and drawing.
mm.
And like say you want to make art for like their debut or whatever, or their starting soon screens or their emotes, that adds up.
Yeah, that's up.
And it's like
And
some. Do you go towards the artist that makes the like $15 per emote, or do you go towards the artist that makes like like $5 per emote, but it's not like the gifs, like the animated
mm.
art emotes or whatever.
And then there's the starting soon screen, and then there's fan art, and we can go around for a long time. But yeah,
We could list a lot of the things that a talent might and will need for like ages. I mean, we could probably go over, but
yeah, there's some stuff you do not need though, and that most people still buy to BH.
and sometimes people get those assets, but sometimes they don't. They find the content that they want to do,
Yeah,
and they just don't use it. Like say you have like a just chatting screen, but then they don't do just chatting streams. They're just
it may
like
be controversial, but like model debut stuff like that, sure, it's fine. But I don't like VTuber debuts or like indies. Corpo, no, it makes sense. But like as indie, you're really gonna do VTuber debut as an indie? Nah, because
what are you gonna do with with those numbers?
yeah, I mean, the issue is that sure, you're gonna debut, you may get a lot of initial attention, but then what? Do
Yep,
you know what you're gonna do, the content that you wanna do? Uh,
I'm
unless you're like a really established content creator, like Amalie, when she did her debut, it made sense because like
because she
she's been
essentially
around for a long time.
she made music before she was a VTuber.
Yeah,
She was voice acting before she
yeah,
was a VTuber, and it made sense because people are like, "Hey, I know this person. They've done a lot of work."
yeah.
Or like, what is his name? Cyrus Sin, the guy who voices people in Genshin Impact.
Sayu,
Sayu, thank you. I could not remember his name for the life of me, and yet I love his voice.
yeah, and it
People
makes
like that
sense.
make sense because they do
They have a
business.
previous identity. It's more that they have a previous identity and already have a fan base and they know what they want to do. Because like if you just debut and then the issue also is that you're gonna have like a bit of a honeymoon period where you're gonna get a lot of attention and then you're gonna settle down into your quote unquote regular viewership and then you might get disappointed or demotivated. Like you might debut with 200 because of the novelty, but then you end up at like 15 and you're like depressed. Whereas if you just started normally and then ramped up, then you would feel more satisfied, like you've achieved something.
Yeah,
You also have to think about the success side of it and
yep,
getting satisfaction from it.
yep. Like 200 may satisfy you at the beginning, but like I said, like I've seen people just fall off
Yeah.
because they spent like maybe thousands, not just on the VTuber model,
Hmm.
but just on assets. Like a date, like a be there for my debut, and it's like a little spiced up animation. It's like very hyped up too, and people are like praising it,
Mm.
and it's like then you see them graduate within the next month. I remember 2022 when I was getting into VTubing, and I used to be a VTuber supporter. Oh my lord, the amount of graduations.
Yeah. And I mean, there's even been people that have showcased their model on Twitter and then never debuted. And it's kind of sad for like the model mama or papa. They make those, but it's never gonna go out there, you know. So they don't get the quote unquote free advertisement of having their model being used.
Hmm.
And it's kind of depressing also because it makes your work feel worthless. Like I did this great model and design and it's never gonna get used.
Yeah, like how do I top what I did initially? It's kind
Yeah.
of like what people think of.
And
Like
also then there's the risk, oh, this person copied my design.
oh my, if I put $5,000 towards a model only to be compared to someone, I did something wrong.
I don't know. Some people are the Lulu and will compare everyone to everyone, you know.
Or some people
Oh,
are just petty.
you do React content? You're like Amalie.
It's just-
Not Amalie. You're like Smugalana. You're in the Smugalana.
oh god, fucking god.
You're a male who do React content. You're like Asmongold.
Or you're a lewd male VTuber. You're a piece of shit.
Ah, God.
Oh my.
Wait, you're an orca? Oh, you're like Shaggy.
Oh, you're a pink-haired VTuber. Oh, you're just like Iron Mouse. We could go on.
Yeah, we can go on. Some people are Delulu. They're delusional.
It's why I made myself the way like I started off as a mech and I've made myself into like what
Hmm.
you see today.
Yeah, there's not many mech VTubers, so that's a pretty safe bet.
And like with mechs, it's like, oh, you look like the Double Zeta. I'm like, yeah, that's my favorite mech. That's why I designed myself or had someone make
Mm,
me like this. And it's like, you know what? That's a good choice.
yeah,
Not like someone who was like, yeah, I want to like make my model look sort of like Shy Lily.
and some people just avoid that by just making a normal-looking anime girl model and baking on their personality being what attracts people, which I think is a pretty good alternative.
It's a good alternative. Honestly, I think people should just do more like
You know, it requires a lot of confidence, though. Like you need to feel secure,
true.
and you need to actually be funny, which is another question.
Oh my fucking lord. Uh, uh, people that have their heads up.
You know, it's many people dream job being content creator, but like it's actually hard, and you actually need to be funny and entertaining.
Yeah, because especially being an independent, like you don't have the money to put towards an editor or whatever. You have to be your own best coworker. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's why sometimes I make those videos out of spite because it gives me practice to edit videos.
Hmm. And sure.
Which is honestly the best tip that I say to people. Just make memes out of like a video. Like you hear a sound effect, just put something over it, like the 9-year-old VTubers thing. The I told you. What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Uh,
I was like, what did I fucking say to you?
I told you so, but you didn't believe me. Guess where we at now?
Yeah,
But yeah, you know, being a corporate VTuber is actually harder than being an independent because you have more responsibility.
you have a
Uh,
schedule. You have
yeah,
expectations.
you have homework, quote unquote, to do with your company.
Yep. Look no further than Ren Penrose before she got out of her company.
Yeah, you know, the most people think that it's easier being corporate. No, it's the contrary. It's harder. It's just that a lot of the work you don't see it because it's behind the scene. But there's far more work being corporate than being indie. Because being indie, there's zero expectation. It's just you. You can do whatever you want. You're free. You're young, wild, and free. But when you're corporate, you have a contract. That means you have responsibilities, and that means you have expectation. The company is gonna want things out of you, and you have signed yourself into that situation. So you have no other choice but to meet those expectations.
It reminded me of this one like VTuber corpo that ended up getting rid of most of their talent because the talent wasn't doing the work. I can't remember which company it was for the life of me.
Mm.
But I remember
I'm
the
not sure.
talents trying to say that it like everything was wrong with
Yeah,
the
I do
corpo.
remember Kawhi having an entire gen that wasn't happy with the amount of work, and so they all graduated.
Yeah, they all graduate, but basically it just
They were
dumbed
like
down
tension
to.
with their senpai.
Yep.
Because the senpai were like, "We're doing so much work, and you're just slacking off." I I don't know if that's true or not. That's like workplace drama, and I just don't know who's right and who's wrong, especially because it can be very situation dependent.
Mhm.
But it's what we've been told.
Or like I've seen it too with the charity group I was part of. There
Mm,
was some people who have yet to do like a stream for the charities,
mm.
but they just joined it just for the sake of joining.
Oh
Not
yeah, let
n-
me
not
join
not to
a.
not to shit talk the charity itself,
Yeah,
but yeah,
no, it's not the fault of the charity. It's the fault of the people not doing their job.
yeah. Granted, it's not under contract. It's just you join because you're insert title
And
here.
you made a promise,
hmm Now,
not
now try to extend that to a corpo that it has
legal
strict
obligation. Yeah,
legal obligation and expectations. Yeah, you're fucked.
yeah,
it,
yeah.
it,
It's
it's
actually harder being corpo.
it's why I always feel like, would it be nice to collab with a corpo? Yeah.
People just see the perks. They see like a fixed salary, even, and then the bonus stuff like your earnings. They see the job security because like you don't have to wake up and worry if you're getting canceled or anything the next day and nobody watches you anymore. You still have a fixed salary. There's if you get sick, you will get compensated. There's a lot of work security that comes with being corpo. But of course, those perks they're earned.
Yep. It is earned and it can easily be taken away, people.
Also, that yeah,
I, I'm a firm believer in, actions do speak louder than words.
yeah, they tend to do.
It's like, if I was to gather like 10 VTubers just to basically like be on the level of like corpo content, I would be curious as to like who would be committed at doing it.
Mm.
That's what.
I've told that to people that I can write like the best apology statement or the best PR statement ever. If you actually don't take action behind this, all of my work is worthless and meaningless.
Mhm.
Like I can do so much, but if you genuinely don't try to fix the issue, it's gonna happen again.
One of the reasons why I don't like go towards like the VTuber coaches, because like I know what's wrong with what I
Yeah,
do. I sh-
good PR can never make up for bad management.
and good management and good PR cannot make up for a shitty person.
Nope, or someone who's not willing to put in the effort.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. We actually at my work IRL workplace, we actually got rid of someone because they weren't doing their work,
Mm,
and it's like, well, if you're not doing the
we
work, why do we need you?
yeah, can't help it.
Yeah.
And here's the last interesting question. If you're an ex Virtue X talent, what are you supposed to do now? Do you have an idea? Because I do.
I want to hear what your idea is.
It depends. Here's the thing. Technically, because the contract is there's a fake number, you might remember. I'm not a
hmm
lawyer, but you
hmm
might actually genuinely have a case on your hand because you've been signed a contract under like um, I don't remember the exact wording for it because it's legalese. But basically, you've signed a contract under a lie because he lied about the company being real. It's not like what I do when I tell people no, company not yet done. Like no, he made it look like it's not like he said it. It's written it. He wrote a fake number, something you can check. So it's basically fraud at this point. And
If
so the good thing is that it also makes the contract void like immediately. So like any NDA and stuff like that, you don't care because the contract is illegal. It doesn't matter.
If you are a loved one signed up with X Vertex Town, you may be entitled to a financial compensation.
Yeah, you know, the issue is that international lawsuits are hassle and very expensive. So unless you're owed like maybe 10K or more, you shouldn't. It's not worth bothering with. But if this guy really screwed you out of like a lot of money, you should consult a lawyer because maybe it's worth it. But like if you're a Canadian, oh, now that's the same country, so it's definitely worth it because you don't have all those international complexion and fees to worry about.
Yep.
Of course, I'd consult a lawyer first because he's the one who's gonna tell you if it's worth it to actually like
Yeah,
do
if he's
something
willing to
about it or
take
not.
he's willing to take
But
the
if you're
case.
Canadian, just like him, you have the best odds at actually maybe making something out of this.
Hmm.
Now, why would you sue him? Because like he promised he would reimburse, but is a pathological liar. So you can't trust his words. So you better put like a Damocles sword above his head. No, so he might go and say, "Oh, you're escalating the situation." I mean, oh,
Uh,
that's very cute of you to say that. He screwed you. Like you're owed that money. Like you're not escalating anything.
hmm.
He escalated the situation by not paying you back.
This is for the
Like
people
don't,
that like got are supposed to be paid like
yeah,
thousands.
yeah. Like don't let him gaslight you like that. Like you're not escalating anything. You should sue. Like force him to reimburse you. Maybe it will be said he will actually reimburse people, and you will drop the lawsuit, but you're still made sure you get that money back.
Hmm.
You need that Damocles sword. Any lawyer will tell you there's no such thing as not enough leverage.
Yep. And it's like back to the emotional gaslighting question. Like the guy's known for that. It's like
Yeah,
what's stopping you from going after this guy? Could it be legal fees? Could it be whatever? That's why it's just like there's a lawyers will offer consultation for you if it's worth it if you have the documents for it.
yeah. So there's plenty of Google Doc. Just get those screenshots.
Get plenty of screenshots, especially if it's towards you
Yeah,
specifically.
I
You
think you
have
should
your.
get everything
Mhm.
because again, there's not enough thing have leverage, and if you have also proof that he's been doing that to other people, that makes your lawsuit case even more likely to succeed.
Yeah, it's like with my case with Walter XP. Like he was found in bad faith recently,
Mm-hmm.
and
So
that's actually being used as leverage for like all the other cases that are against him.
of course, it's gonna be used.
Yep. So
So just
the
get
more
everything.
people that do what they need to do, the more leverage you're gonna have.
Yeah. So just get everything. If you're Canadian, take the weekend, take the next week, I don't know, and then back in January, you just take everything to a free consult with a lawyer, and he's gonna tell you if it's worth it or not.
Hell, maybe they'll be like, "Hey, I'll pick up this case too."
Yeah. Maybe on the spot they propose you something because it's that juicy. Who knows? It's really dependent on like how much money you own because lawsuits can take time. So depending on how much you own, then yeah. But you definitely have the potential for something, so it's worth trying.
Yeah, like, there's no reason that 26 plus people don't try to pursue this.
Yeah.
Not every one of them, but the ones that are heavily affected by this.
Mm. And everyone is kind of tired of this behavior, so it'd be good to, maybe try fighting back for once.
Because I would hate a repeat of this to happen, especially like you know, with how many people who want to go corpo or how many people want to go corpo just for the benefits of finances.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know how far the word can go, but a contract can go longer.
Mm. You know how bad it is? The guy actually said like, "Oh yeah, my roommate isn't paying his rent," when he in fact was. I'm like, how low can you get? Like, come on. Like, generally people like to make themselves look good or because they want to harm other. This guy is lying to make himself look miserable.
Hmm.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, look miserable, make himself look good. It's like the whole like what I call like VTuber lecture thing.
Yeah,
This person was an asshole. Why am I a better person than they are?
yeah, it kind of feels like that. I mean, a lot of his like slight and insults at other people felt like insecurities to BH.
Hmm. It's why I had my guard up around the VTuber scene, just because of like how many things can and could go wrong.
Unfortunately, like, I try my best, and I haven't had any run-in with like uh, someone who's like I've never been screwed personally yet, but you know,
Yeah.
I dread the day it might happen.
Yeah, that's why I, I pay my artists in full, even maybe give a bit extra if they do a good job. If it's like the first time, it's like me working with them. They allow the tips because I know VGen doesn't really have a tip feature just yet.
Vision is complicated,
It's a bit complicated, but I actually like the platform. I actually
but at
put
least they're
people through it.
trying. You know, that's the least we can say.
Hmm. Which is why I'm a firm believer. It surprises some people whenever I actually paid in full up front. It's like,
I
wait, you
mean,
pay? It's like
generally, I wouldn't recommend paying full upfront personally either.
because I trust because I trust some like a lot of artists, and I'm actually going back to artists like was it Poru Kima, the artist that
Mm.
made my stuff. I always pay him up front.
I'd always, oh yeah, I mean, if you've always worked with him, then yeah. If there's the confidence because you've worked a bunch with each other, then sure.
I know there's some artists on VGen too that go the route of like paying half first and then paying
Yeah,
the other half second.
that's what you should do,
Mhm.
in my opinion.
But I haven't been scammed just yet, just because of my process of picking people. I don't just go for the cheapest option first.
Yeah. You
'Cause-
know, there's just the issue also that on VGen they don't like the petite body archetype.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's actually in the rules that like you're not allowed to sell anything related to that.
And hey, I'm a professional shammer. I know how to loophole shit.
I mean, oh no, there are people that loophole. I mean, let's be honest. Like, make
Hmm.
a system, of course, people are gonna find a way to loophole it.
Yeah, but that's okay.
It can be okay.
Depends on what you go towards, or it depends on what you're into.
Yeah.
That's a conversation for for another day for that type
Oh,
of art.
surely. But yeah,
But
no, that pretty much sums it up. Yeah, so being a CEO is hard. Don't do it unless you're confident you can do it. That's why I'm not a CEO. I just have my own stuff in my corner. I don't plan on hiring anyone.
you
My grandma does my paperwork.
that's why you just do what you do, but you do it well.
No,
I mean, you and
yeah,
I have had a couple of conversations before this, especially like
so no,
like
it's hard being a CEO actually. So don't start your own company if you don't have all of the attribute of being someone who's responsible and people can trust.
yeah. I'm just gonna put myself out there. I don't know how to talk how to talk business to other business people or how to get in contact with them. I'm not gonna attempt
You know,
it anytime soon until I
you,
figure out
you know,
how.
it's funny anecdote by the way. I don't know if you saw, but like the Ray guy actually got me blocked, which I found was very funny.
Yes, I saw that. I saw
For
that
for s-
shit.
for someone like me who's like very obsessed over at least trying to be professional and ethics and stuff like that, and I'm like, it's kind of weird that you've got me blocked, bro.
Why do people block you guys, but they don't block me?
I don't know, man.
I, I don't know what it is with me. Like I have people who are like anti lolly or like anti like military, but yet they still tolerate my bullshit. And then I have people on the other side. It's like, what makes me different? What?
I don't know. I write with a lot of words. Maybe that's too complicated for some people.
And yeah, I tolerate despite you using all the big corpo words. Well, actually, I understand corpo talk because I work security.
Yeah, but
Contracts are a bitch.
sometimes you need corpo talk. Sometime.
I honestly think if you're getting the VTubing, at least get some semblance of what corpo talk is.
Mm-hmm.
It will carry you a long way and make you
Yeah.
understand whatever goes on instead of replying with, "Why did they do this to my boy?" Well, because he was lazy. That's what they're saying.
Well, the issue is that a lot of people that got into VTubing never had another job beside this, and it's actually surprising how many people are in that case.
I know VTubing is like good, like when people say it's good for for disabled people. At the same time, though, is like, please, please educate yourself if you plan on taking this, like beyond your, like streams, beyond your video creation. Because eventually, if you do take it seriously, hey, business opens up, and if you don't know how to
Yeah.
handle it, you're still gonna fall behind. But at least you'll still get the support of your fans. But if you want
You
to
know, it's
grow,
fine. Some people want to do that as a hobby and just it, and that's fine. They don't have to do anything.
oh yeah, it is perfectly fine.
Just do stream and do your stuff. But I know many people want to make this into a career, so that's a lot of expectation.
Yeah, it's like the argument of uh, a lot of people want to do VTubing for fun. Well, I mean, have you seen how many people want to want to collab with the corpos? What I call it, or like if you get attention of a corpo to collab with you, at that point you're taking content creation seriously enough to bring it
Yeah.
to that level.
I mean, I've worked with some corpo and like I've seen some of audition number and like some have like 500, some have like 1,000. Like
Hmm.
clearly there's a lot of people that want to go corpo, like let's be honest.
Yep, and some people have the potential. I see it in some people for what they produce.
I've seen some corpo get thousands of applicants and I'm like a bit the people saying corpo or I actually make fun of Proctor for this because he said like the age of indies here, the corpo is dead. You have no idea, man.
You
You
have no idea.
you
I,
have no idea.
I respect some of Proctor's opinions here and there,
Sure.
but
You're wrong on this.
you're wrong, Private.
People do want to be corpo, and the age of corpo is not gonna die.
It's
There's actually a whole bunch of other corpo who started this year.
yep. V Fleet about a year ago,
Yeah, Lucid.
Lucid as well.
I
Uh,
actually I sent
Violor,
that to someone. Hang
Violor.
on. Yeah, VLR. Hang on. Give me 2 seconds. I can pull that up because I actually made something about that.
Yeah, I'll put up on the screen.
Oh no, I can't find it. Ah,
No, our paperwork is gone.
the
Our-
paperwork.
my sources.
Yeah. No, yeah, but basically the idea is that more corpo have still been born compared to those that have died like over the years. Like it's actually pretty insane, like how many corpo like arrive every year. Like it's
Hmm.
still growing. There's sure a lot closed. There's still a lot that are around.
The ones that start small and keep on going are the
Yeah,
smart ones, to be honest. Well, I mean, granted, there's factors too, but Vertux is the epitome of too big, too soon.
yeah. A wrong CEO also as well. This guy should never have been a CEO.
They should have never been CEOs. If I heard a corpo that I join says like, hey, we're gonna get some partnerships with V Shoujo, I'm walking out. Or like with like insert corpo here, I'm just walking
Mm.
out.
Yeah, I mean it sounds charming, but it was a lie all along.
Yep, because you gotta take things with a grain of salt.
Of
The
course.
like false promises are fucking horrendous. Just to hear, because if
I
it's too
mean,
if it's too good to
they,
be
they
true,
got Trump. Yeah,
it's too good to be true.
it's not real.
Yeah,
You're being sold a fake. They're a phony.
yeah. Because like remember, like if you're at a corpo trying to collab with another corpo, it will take months to even get one collab out of them.
Unless, you somehow hit it big for whatever reason and you get like a huge initial boost, then yeah, it's gonna take months of work.
Yeah, yeah. Like if that corpo sees like potential in you to get their numbers up as well, they're gonna do it. Not because they're using you, but because it's like a mutual agreement that like, hey, we're both gonna gain something from this.
I mean, that's the base of a collaboration, something that's mutually beneficial.
Not like some VTubers that I've seen.
If they don't think it's worth it, then it's not worth it. And that's why I don't like paid collab either, because it should be mutually beneficial, and that means not paying. Sometimes you can do collab just for the sake of it and to go like, oh, look, I care about smaller content creator. You
Fucking Zen
get,
trick.
get some free PR out of it. Sure, that's what you're getting out of it. And the other person, they get the attention they want and need to grow. So, it's mutually beneficial.
Mutually beneficial to a point. Like, there's a point of saying, I support small creators, but then there's a point where it's just like you're just doing it for PR.
Yeah.
Like I actually used to be on the side of support small streamers. Like that's how I began was a VTuber support. During my work, I always used to like retweet, share people, be in their stream, support them.
You were naive back then.
Sort of.
The honeymoon period.
I mean, content creation for people, I will say, is like an ever evolving thing. Like I never thought my main content would be War Thunder, despite me being mech based.
Mm.
I actually used to hate War Thunder. I mean, I still do, but I don't hate it much.
I hate War Thunder. There's why I'm gonna play it for 200 more hours.
I'm gonna go play Air Sim.
It feels like my relationship with Destiny. I mean, I've actually stopped for a while now, but you know what I mean. This is very
Believe me,
similar.
I know what you mean for like playing Destiny. Like I'm gonna quit it, but I keep on going back to it because there's like an itch that it gave, but
Yeah,
it can never
it's
get
just,
me that
you
anymore.
you might hate the game, but it's so unique that you just can't seem to get your mind off of it.
Hmm. But now I can't deal with Destiny 2 anymore. I'm glad I actually got out of it.
Yeah, I got out of it recently too. It's been a while since I've played it. But it's still on my PS5, so technically I can just put it up right now and play it.
But now it's just that do I want to touch you anymore?
Yeah, don't say that to your ex-wife.
I don't have a wife.
I mean, neither.
Do you have an ex-wife, Chad?
You have an ex-wife.
Two and three people have an ex-wife.
Do you miss her? Well, let me make fun of you now. Uh,
Do you miss her, Chad? Have you taken your meds? Don't worry. Go watch Face Connect. You don't need to take your meds. They still have to take theirs.
uh, they actually sponsored the streamer VTuber streamer award of like Fillion. Like yeah, Fishman sponsored it.
Really?
Yeah, he did.
Huh. I mean, I didn't watch those because it's a circle jerk.
I mean, a bit, yeah. I
A,
think like
a bit.
Billy's and Twitch sponsored it as well.
Yeah. Which
I think
I applaud the VTuber thing just because
Fansly and Gamer Subs, I think, also sponsored it.
Bansley and Gamer Subs.
I mean, they sponsored it last year, so why not sponsor it again this year? You
Wait,
don't remember it?
no, I don't remember. Jesus, how old
Yeah,
am I?
Fansly sponsored it last year. And
Really?
that's why Filion created like an AI account on Fansly because it was part of the sponsor deal.
I did not know this. This
Well,
is
she
new.
didn't say publicly, but come on, let's be honest. I can read between the line. That was part of the sponsor deal.
You read between a lot of lines.
I mean, I know corporate stuff. That's my job. It's my life.
He lives and breathes the people.
Yeah. I think they also stream it on TikTok, believe it or not, like the VTuber Awards.
I mean, it's a given.
I mean, I'm streaming on TikTok? Given? I wouldn't say so.
Well,
Why
well
aren't they on Kick?
I mean, my expectation is like there. That it's like, well, they're eventually just gonna stream it there.
Is there gonna be an NSFW version on Fansly of the VTuber Awards where all the model are naked?
Hey, hey, let's see who takes the biggest schlong.
Oh no.
Who
No,
fucked
no,
the
no,
most?
no, no.
Who
No,
fucked the
shut up.
most
We're not
VTubers?
we're not doing that. Oh
This is
god.
my stream. I don't know if you're. Wait, are you streaming too?
No.
Okay, okay. This is my stream. We will talk about this. I talk about
Yeah,
cocaine on the daily here.
technically this is your stream. You can do whatever you want.
That's why I was holding back. Okay.
No, I know it's true. Not yet, at least.
Well, I could say this: cocaine comeback. Coke. But
That remind me. That was a clip that I saw on like the Joe Rogan podcast where it was like a guy speaking of like, yeah, fentanyl makes these kids different. Back in the day, you give the cocaine ad coke and it would work for 5 hours straight at 200%, and then you give fentanyl to those guys that sit on the ground and do nothing.
well, yeah. I mean,
It ain't the same, man. You know, that was very funny.
fun fact. I actually used to try it.
Ah, don't do that.
I don't anymore. It was just like a one-time thing. It was basically just like caffeine.
Good, don't. It's shit.
Yeah, yeah. I was just like, I'm better off just taking caffeine.
Well, I really can't find that stuff I found, so F, I guess.
I,
Yeah,
I, I,
basically
I
it was
can't
like
find it.
it was an infographic that showed like all the company that like debuted and ended, and there's still more company that debuted that those that closed down.
Interesting.
Because you know you have also V4, you have Globy, you
Yeah.
have Viespo, you have Hollow, Niji, you have the one Astroline, the one Meriwether operates.
Yep.
You have
Yep.
the Sox agency. You have VNU. You have V4 Mirai. You have
Mm-hmm.
Pixel Link.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, corpos aren't dying. It's just that a lot of bad corpos died at the end of this year, you know. Virevery, Kawai, Yayen.
Oh yeah.
And now we have Virtue X to add to the list. I think we've had almost 10 agency died recently, including like the one nobody's heard about. There was one, I think, that was called Vulcan.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
it closed before it even debuted, just
Yep.
like Virtue X, actually.
Yep.
I mean, imagine that. The agency closed down before it even debuted.
It got shot down before it even debuted. Imagine that,
A,
people.
a friend told me that there's a no, it's a rat, but apparently the big rat is that they didn't copyright the trademark and they actually got fought on the trademark and didn't want it to, so they were like, oh, let's just stop it.
Huh. Yeah. VTuber Corpos, man. Over 26 people screwed over for Virtue X, and I actually knew some of these people, or formerly knew them.
I mean, I knew them from a distance because I'm still not very well connected with a lot of people. But like, for example, Serge, Lola, yeah, I know those people.
Yeah, I wonder where we heard them or why we heard of them.
Yeah. But I mean, like, even some of the artists, I was like, yeah, well, I know that artist.
Yeah, it's literally, if you look through all the Virtue X documents, I guarantee you, he will do the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's just sitting on the couch with a martini or whatever he's holding in his hand, and he's just pointing at the screen, just like, wait, 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 wait.
Yeah, one of the documents showed like every person is slandered, and I was like, wait, I know there's some of them.
It surprised me honestly for the Slender. It's like, what? Why? Why would you do that to my boy? Only I get to do that to him.
I will give like some benefit of the doubt. Maybe it was Mac that got mistaken as Slender, but that's a lot of people. So I'm like, what's your reason for this? Do you think you can do better? Well, you've proved that you can't. So where do we go from there?
Yeah. While he does have a history of talking shit, yeah, it's kind of tricky to figure out which ones are the Slender and which ones
Yeah,
aren't.
because I don't have all of the screenshots and not everything's been documented
I,
because
I need the full.
some of it was part of a Discord call, I believe.
Mhm. It's like the difference between like how like like the male lewd tubers, how just some blatant flirting is now seen as sexual harassment. But it's like a he said she said.
Hmm. But we have some proof for some of it, like saying that his roomies that doesn't pay rent, or saying that this guy take paid collabs and stuff. Like we know that's not true,
Hmm.
or that this artist ghost and scams their client.
Yep, basically just go into an artist DMs, like on VGen, just basically like, hey, I'm going to hire you. When?
Yeah, when?
It kind of reminds me of this one recent meme that happened to an artist where someone said, I will commission you someday. And like months later, they said, guess what time it is? Hey, Taz. Oh, Taz is back. You were listening the entire time. Don't worry, the VOD will be uploaded on YouTube.
Yeah, I think that pretty much sums up everything. I don't know
Yes,
if you have something else you wanted to talk about or to add on top of this.
it's kind of just the same thing. Like you and I, Taz as well, have just seen so much bullshit. It honestly
Yeah.
did. It surprised me, but not at the level of like, you know, insert YouTuber thumbnail here. Oh my gosh.
Insert shocked VTuber model face here.
You guys have mouths and eyes.
But I think that what makes this situation different than the other one, it's first the amount of people that have account of the accusation, and like how it's basically a slam dunk because there's so many people that like can tell that this happened, and it's just the sheer amount of everything,
I,
just everything that's into this.
it's
With
a
people, like I think like a lot of people that talk about this forget that like people got screwed out of a lot of money. It's not just a random story. Like there's thousands and tens of thousands that are owed.
mhm. It's what honestly scares me to like start even a business around the YouTubing thing. Like, granted, I could start a group easily. I'm actually currently
I think
in a
that's how
group.
you should start. Just start a group and start making a corporate structure. And if it's starting to work out well, then maybe you can start a company.
Yeah, if I look in like one of the VTuber groups, like I'm trying to get these introverts to do something.
Yeah, I actually talked about it in one of my like giant thread about how I don't get how people say they can't interact with people. Just send them a DM. Like it's work. I cannot tell you how many times it's worked for me that I just sent a DM. Like, of course, many times I just get ignored or ghosted, or and it's fine. I just go somewhere else.
Which is funny, like it was Thursday night that I messaged you. And
Yeah,
it's like, well, I'm open on the weekends mostly. It's like, okay.
I always answers my DM. Always.
Taz, the thing is, here's what he said: expecting introverts to do anything is asking a lot fast. I was an introvert turned extrovert because of a security job. I was tired of being alone. It's why like I keep on perusing through the like the VTuber discussions in the Discord that we both share just to talk about something. So it's just like give me something to talk about to pass the time. It is the greatest time passer.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of childishness amongst VTuber that does create those situations. You know, it's just like middle school sometimes.
I am a firm believer that there is a chance for us to actually snip it in the bud and just be like, "Fuck out of here."
I mean, we need to try at least.
I mean, granted, like over 61,000 posts for me on Twitter. I mean, I could be classified as a VTuber, but I prove people wrong because I actually make an attempt at least to make content like right now.
Mm.
Even fans, it makes you wonder how the fuck did they have so long. Yeah, but it's also understandable that most VTubers now are introverted because of how much bullshit that there is on the VTuber sphere. Like who's going to be the next Google Doc? Who's going to be the next sex pest? Who's going to
Yeah,
be the next corpo that goes down?
and that creates a lot of issues where like some people will do like fake collabs on people.
Or even just like or even the model drama. As we get more VTubers, the more model drama is going to be
Mm.
considered. I almost want to make like a thing like, hey, if you're considering this, what if you went towards your favorite game series or something? It's like how I
Yeah.
kind of theme myself towards Warframe because I love Warframe despite me not playing it much. Or hell, uh, go, go towards Killzone or make yourself like based off of Infamous for your lore or something. I don't know, like
Well, it's
just
more that some
something.
some people to get attention feel emboldened on making stuff up.
Yeah, making stuff up or making themselves similar to someone.
I mean,
But
to try and profit off of their fan base, the one that are disappointed that Deroshi doesn't interact much in the chat anymore.
uh, it reminds me of when Zentray used to be like a or keeps on flaunting around that they're a firm believer of supporting small VTubers.
Oh yeah,
There's
just don't bring up that one company, that one VTuber group that definitely didn't happen.
uh yeah the what was it called BTW I think
Uh,
it was called.
yeah, something like that.
While it did happen, it was short lived.
It happened, and then 2 weeks ago, bye, I'm going to Vishocho.
Yep, and it's kind of one of the reasons why I still talk to Comrade Dell, the
I
Russian
think
guy.
it's called VSW. Actually, was the name.
Yeah, Virtual Streamers Worldwide is what it was called.
Yeah,
Yeah, it barely lived because like within the 2 weeks, like Zentria, but while bless their heart, at the same time though, they've is the literal example of stepping stone when it comes to the
you know,
VTuber scene.
you can't really blame Zentrea for going to get that bag because of course anyone would, but at the same time, you can't be upset at people for being like betrayed and they've been used because that was like what gave Zentrea a huge boost was the fact that VSW was happening.
Yep, yep.
And that's surely weighted in the fact that they got the Vishojo contract.
And then the apparent of like I support small streamers like there's some people that she formerly used to interact with, and now she just does never interacts with anymore, and now they're
Mm.
just like depressed husks is what I call them because they used to get attention, they used to get all that. They still make content too, but it's just like, well, I guess who people
It's
care about more?
yeah,
Obviously, the
it's not
bigger
the same
person.
anymore.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not. The world of VTubers is ever evolving to the point of it's not a community, it's not a scene, it is a topic. It is just a topic now. That VTubers as a whole is, insert this. Even though despite having its, you got the lewd tubers, you got the wholesome or say so VTubers, the
You got the
military
family
ones.
friendly VTuber, you got the gun VTuber that are still small, but they're growing. You've got Christian
Hello,
VTuber.
drama tubers. It's all these subsections. Grand, yeah, it's just like the streamers where you had the the commentaries, you got the gameplays, you got some
Yeah, we're
people who
currently basically in like 2018 Twitch. Lots of drama everywhere, people forming companies. It's still the early stages, quote unquote.
and one thing that I just want VTubers to realize is that not everyone is on the same mindset.
No, some people want to be indie, some people want to be corpos eventually, or they are.
I don't want to
Some
introduce
people,
politics, but at the same time, like not everyone shares the same point of view.
yeah, of course.
I'm surprised that people are like, wait, you don't support insert political topic here or insert issue here. It's like, duh. We all broadcast that we're all adults,
Yeah,
despite saying we don't want minors in the space. Granted, I will say they do their
minor
thing.
shouldn't be in VTuber.
Minors shouldn't
They
be a
shouldn't be in
VTuber.
VTubing. It's so lewd. Come on. Unless of maybe of like some very specific, like family friendly say so VTuber, that they shouldn't be around VTubing.
You say that, and yet reality exists.
Yeah, I know there's many. I know.
I mean, I mean, glossing over the 9-year-old VTuber thing, like I said to him, if they did things right, I could see it, popping off as its own thing. But you don't broadcast on Twitter that you're doing this, because guess what's gonna
Yeah,
happen? And what did
I
I
mean,
tell them?
e- even then, come on, like I don't know if you saw that thread I made, but like Thailand has a history of like uh, child abuse and like
Yep,
using
I,
child
I
labor.
I saw your thread on that, and I fully
So they already started with people bias against them, and then you also have the fact that a lot of recently there's been a huge movement from people like Justin Bieber and stuff about like child star talking about how they were actually
yep,
like
yep.
physically abused, sexually abused and harassed, and how basically being a child star ruined their life and their growth mentally. So
Here, let me get this out of here.
and then you recently had like a bunch of oh, excuse me, my headset cut off. Give me a second. So basically, the idea that a lot of you had a lot of family like YouTuber
Mm-hmm.
on trial because they've abused their kid
Mm-hmm.
because being a content creator like that it's transformed the relationship. Like she's not your mom anymore. She's your boss. That's a pretty certain way of fucking up a child's mental health growth.
Yep. Selena, the Cole twins, Disney.
Yeah, or like Kim Kardashian's kid. No,
Yep.
they're rebelling. I wanna be with dad. I wanna be with Kanye because he treats me like a normal girl.
Yeah, the father figures of the celebrity space.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's very specific to what can I say? It's very specific to this situation because basically of the two parents, Kim is of course big into that. She's one of those people that's like famous for being famous,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's a lot of social media and stuff. And well, her kids, they might not want that. They might just want to be normal girls. And well, Kanye does that. He plays with
Ha-
them.
ha-
He allows them to do stuff they find fun. So
yeah,
yeah,
just have the freedom instead of just being
yep.
an actor.
Free of being a kid instead of being a walking advertisement.
Yeah, it's like I'm a firm believer that like kids should live their lives because I used to work around the or actually no I still work around mental health portions of like the medical field because hospital security.
Mm-hmm.
And some kids are just lost, or like they feel the way they do because of the environments that they're in. Now, I introduced VTubing in the question. It's basically like getting into the actor scene. Now the parents, have an obligation to like try to get that bag, you know,
Mm.
or not an obligation to, but it's like, yeah, a 9-year-old is now set on another schedule besides school. What are they gonna do for the entire summer? Stream or whatever content they decide to do. I feel
I
like
mean,
just the streaming or like just video portion content is better because there's some that have made it big from what they do for like YouTube. Same time, VTubing is you and I have seen it. What usually sells?
yeah, a lot of funny stuff or sexual stuff or weird stuff. It's a bunch of quirky kids doing quirky things. Basically, that's VTubing in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm. You introduce the kids into the equation. Some feel like they need to lie to get up there to get attention.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why there was like a period in time, if I remember correctly, it was just like a month or two of just calling out minors that were just found out. Got the young adults complaining about valid bans. Yep, that too. I mean, just recently VTuber had their Discord, which was primarily just 18 plus, uh, having minors in their Discord.
Yeah, oh, VT Rainbow, what's that?
VT Rainbow.
Oh, you don't remember that?
Oh, yep, yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, this is why I'm drinking. I
This is why you're drinking.
think I'm like finishing off the bottle at this point, just for how painful it is. But I do love the VTuber scene for how creative it can get. Like the art I've gotten, which I should have been put, the art, music, and what I've gotten should have been put towards the pilot's license. But sometimes it's just it's just so cool.
Mm.
Take your character, and it's like, wow, I want to make them look cooler. Like, oh, I didn't think I'd be a Warframe at this point.
Yeah, I mean, like that, you don't know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, uh, it's why some people like re-debut into something else for the VTuber scene. But then again, you don't get that type of freedom in the corpo scene.
Nope.
You have to stick with what you got. You can't transfer over into a mech. You can't transfer over into big boobly
I mean, some people do some very unique stuff. I don't know if you've seen Uo's lab, but he does some. He always does the weirdest stuff I've seen this side of VTubing.
I think I've vaguely heard about him.
He's the guy who's like use 100 cigarette smoke to cook a steak.
Oh, oh, the scientist guy.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I fucking love his shit.
he's
It
very entertaining.
is entertaining, it is chaotic, but it's also informative.
I think he did like a type of broth in his toilets. That was another stream.
Yeah, yeah, he made like it wasn't toilet one, but he was like cooking with the toilet. I'll have to look it up again, but that is a good example of just creativity. Like, because he does it's like an IRL, but he has this character just to help
Yep.
visualize. I mean, you gotta wear a helmet. when you're doing that type of dangerous shit.
Yeah, he does. Not worry. He's got the label. Don't try Adam. It's fine.
I mean, granted, I've revealed my face. I mean, it's there only because a buddy of mine convinced me you're not Kakashi from Naruto.
Oh damn.
And I said, you know what? You're right. Let me go post guns, which is like it's not my content, but it's like one of the things I like to share is just guns,
Hmm.
which wouldn't be okay in the Corpos sphere.
Probably not, unless it's a very American corpo. Maybe on
I
Vishojo they'd be fine with it. Maybe.
I'd probably be face connect. That'd be okay with if they ever got
Oh, Face Connect, yeah. I mean, no, they have. What's her name again? Someone shared her Benelli and how she broke it on the range.
what?
Yeah,
And no one shared this with me. I am disappointed with the
I
people that
should
are
have
around me.
sent to you, sure. But
Wow,
yeah, one of the Face Connect girl had her Benelli and she broke it at the range and she
she
shared picture of
broke
it.
a Benelli.
I was gonna make a joke like, of course the Benelli broke, but I don't know. I don't like Benellis.
I'm gonna go take a lap. I'm gonna go grab another pizza.
No problem.
I'm done. I'm done.
But who was it again?
I am done. All
Hold
would
on,
be.
I can probably try and find it.
It was Sheena.
Oh, it was Sheena? Ah, of course it was Sheena.
I know there was like a recent V show. Remember that had an airsoft gun and she accidentally broke her monitor with it.
Yeah, that was one of the JP.
Send it. There, sent it. Let me look. Oh yeah, how do you feel about like the supposed JP talent supposedly being the audition talent?
That's good. I definitely see like one or two of the talent that were friends with some of the members. So, but otherwise, yeah, it was actually pretty fair. I'm more worried for the EN side than the JP.
Oh, she jammed the Manelli.
Oh,
Oh
she
wait, I saw
jammed it. I
this.
thought she broke it.
I was gonna say like, wait, who broke a Benelli? Oh wait, she just jammed
My
it.
bad. She jammed it. She didn't break it.
She needs a strong man with some strong arms. I'll unjam it. It's a pump
Ah,
action. How do you jam a pump act? The old grumpy man at the range couldn't. Yep, yep, it's over.
well, I don't know. Maybe she's got weak little arms and she couldn't.
No, she even got the old grumpy man that goes to the gun range to help her fix that.
Oh, well, I don't know them. She jammed it somehow.
Oh yeah, Proctor Zarava is currently angry at the CEO of Twitch currently using a VTuber model.
Yeah,
Like,
he's giving like the music award, which Twitch very biased against VTubers. So, oh, you're the CEO. Hmm. So there's a funny joke, Shina no boob, haha. Petan.
hey, closer to their heart, am I right?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, my quote is big or small, I like them all.
It's up to you.
Everyone is interested in their own kinks. You know, you got your kinks, I got my kinks. I don't judge, so you reveal it to me. but but yeah, it's interesting to see how the VTuber sphere is developing. Right, it's
Mm-hmm.
like developing into more drama and more, you know, was it sappiness? Sappiness. Actually, no. Yeah, we'll just call it sad happiness.
Yeah.
Because I keep on seeing the post of like, hey, can people see me? It's like, of course, people are gonna see your see your post 30,000 follower account. or the
All
follow
right.
baiting.
Oh wait, even Flork made a meme about the the Virtue stuff.
Let me look.
It's basically a lawyer saying "shut up, shut up, shut up" to the Virtue logo. Yeah, is right.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Holy shit! Shut up!
He's pretty right. He should shut up at this point. I mean, it's a pretty free dunk to BH. So
That funny when like a semi
yeah,
quote
I
unquote
saw that.
follow
I
baiting.
saw that as a tell. The Dan Clancy, the Twitch CEO, got a model, and he gave the best music award, which I of course very much not like, but I'm not gonna spurg out on someone else's stream about that.
I mean, I will say some Twitch bans for some VTubers were kind of justified,
Yeah, of course, but there's a lot of BS,
but there
too
is the
much to ignore.
BS. There is the BS that we
It,
cannot ignore.
people wouldn't try to slide their way out of it if there wasn't proven evidence of bullshit.
I got uh,
Well, yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me.
yeah, at least for this topic, at least. But yeah, it was a pleasure talking with you.
Well,
Uh,
thank you for having me. It was
yeah,
great.
yeah, finally face to face instead of Discord.
Yeah. I mean,
Which
can we even call this face to face? Is this face to face to VTuber?
sort of. So
Sort of.
I
So,
consider it face to face because it's voice to voice.
uh-huh. Makes sense.
Because you, I mean, you know me from where I'm from, and I know you where you're from. Even though it still
Of course.
confuses me, I'm like, who are you again on Discord?
Ah, yeah. I mean, yeah. That's the
I'm
difference
not
between
I'm
being a
not gonna
person and being a brand. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say your name because just in case whoever sees, I don't want you to not find your information for wherever you find.
It's fine.
No, no, your
It's
topics
fine.
inter-
I mean,
your
at
topics
at
interest me.
one point, even my face will be revealed because because I've worked corporate jobs, and because I've been in quite a couple of university. Like my name and face is out there pretty much because I do a very public type of work. So at one point it will come up
Yeah,
whenever I get big. So I'm fine with it.
at
I'm
that point,
enjoying the anonymity for now, but one day the jig's gonna be up.
we gotta make you fabulous.
Yeah. I mean, I work. I've done public speeches. I've worked very public stuff, so of course my face is up there.
I just gotta give you like the mask that I used on Halloween.
Oh sure. I'd actually like animating a panel at like Vexpo next year. I'd like to do that.
Oh, that'd be a thing. Just to
Yeah, that'd be
be
that'd be
part of
pretty
a
cool.
panel.
Yeah.
One of the things I do want to do is like go to conventions and whatnot.
I mean, if you're in the US, there's plenty. Me in Europe, it's way harder.
Yeah, yeah. Here in the U.S., I plan on going to one probably like Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just so I can have a reason to hand out, the "We're all in this together" VTuber stickers that I got.
Yeah, I saw that. I know you're doing it ironically, but so many people are not gonna get it, and I'm gonna hate. I
I,
swear, if I see a big VTuber, as in 100K plus, post something with your sticker, I'm gonna lose it.
I swear to God, I'm so.
You're gonna end them out because
I am gonna be a menace to society with the moment that gets revealed that I was the one who did it.
I mean, you should. I mean, to be you'd be surprised at how many people go incognito at convention. At how many VTuber do that.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna wear my coat, and it's literally just gonna be like, "Well, you buying? What you selling?"
And I was talking to a friend that was like attending a con, and then a girl just that they walked past. She was like, "Oh, do you like this VTuber?" And then they had a small discussion, and then after I was like, "Dude, that's literally her. That's why she asked you." And it was like, "What?"
Falter would absolutely lose it if it did pop off. Lol. Oh, Falter. I mean, you guys only know the surface stuff of what Falter has done, but then again, I don't want to keep too much of your time.
Wait, which falter? There's too many.
Falter XV, the one that I mentioned in Discord that we both share.
Oh, the one that does a lot of funny stuff, a lot of shenanigans, let's say.
I mean, you could say it here. I know he's probably watching at some point. I don't care if he is watching because it's true.
It's true. I am an asshole.
It's true. I am an
This is my
asshole.
coming out.
This is my coming out. I am gay. Oh wait, everyone knew that with the name Fabulous.
I mean, yeah, makes sense. Well, I'll get going now.
Yeah, for
Thanks
sure.
for having me.
Yeah, it was kind of like an impromptu. Like yeah, you had the time. All right,
I had the time, you offered, so here I am.
fuck yeah,
I'll take care. Bye bye.
yeah, sure. Now he's gone. Definitely very interesting to talk with Zen. GT, here, let me get this PNG out of you. Fuck out of you. But I'd be a menace to society if that we're all in this together VTuber thing did pop out. Just make it all again, game again. And I appreciate all for popping around, especially you, Taz. I mean, granted, it's not as many people, but I'm sure it will. As soon as I edit the post the video on YouTube and people can watch it whenever, it'll be golden. Brandon went off topic at the end, but that's okay. I'll catch you all around. I appreciate your everyone's time and Zan VT's time. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.